for more Factorio. I've been busy in between episodes here. I'll show you what I did. It won't take too long. I added some more power that I said I was going to do a couple episodes ago and never got around to it. So I added 1,500 accumulators and 1,000 solar panels. I'm just using existing lines that, since we had to drag out power out to oiled outpost 1 and 2, so I just used the existing power lines that are here and just plop down a bunch. This was the final thing I did, was just plop it down along this line here, and it goes on all the way over till there, where it turns and goes down to outpost 1. And here's the other portion of that loop. But this all came about because I had the idea that we have this long set of tracks, because it goes straight forever, all the way down to outpost 2 for oil. And I also got to thinking about, we had this power line that was just snaking its way all over the place and stuff like that. I ripped those out and I replaced it with the stuff here. I put power lines down the middle. I just put one extremely long bank of accumulators and came up the other side. But then I ripped out the spots where the rails were at. That way we would have a natural area to walk through. So, take care of that, rip out that stuff, then put this stuff in the middle, power lines, and just, go nuts wherever it would fit in the middle, as long as it wasn't at where a rail signal was, just so every so often I have the ability to cut across if I need to. So, got done. It took a couple trips because I, filled up every slot in my inventory with these things. And then after that I was like, oh, right, time for more solar as well. And for the solar, I only went in the areas with clearings. I didn't... you'll see it jumps around a bit. Like here. There's just forest area. I didn't want to deal with all the wood and stuff like that. So I only put it where there was natural clearings. And that continues, sometimes it goes really wide, 2 power poles wide. Sometimes it's just single power pole wide and you get one on each side because all the reach that the power pole has for that. So that should drastically bump up our power production. I haven't actually taken a look at the power graph since I did this. And while I was done doing that, the mining productivity 5 finished. So I get a new one started. I think we should go for... I don't know. Stronger explosives. Why not? It's only 1,000. Alright, so let's take a look at how our power graph is doing now. We are very easily satisfying our power needs right now. We can get a whole 25.1 gigajoules of accumulator charge. So that's nice. Here we go. Daytimes where we are charging back the accumulators. Yes. Right there. These accumulators. We are still reusing steam for some reason, for a little bit. But maybe that usage will go down now that we have more available. So accumulators. Oh, we're going into darkness, aren't we? Yes. Solar is dropped off to 0, so we are going into night cycle. It's harder to tell since I have the night vision thing going on. So if we go to an hour, you see how it was here, pretty steady, and then up higher now. We have more accumulators to fill up. And once they are all filled up and good, steam engines turn off. So we should not be having the low power signals anymore, I would hope. When you put down 1,500 accumulators and 1,000 solar panels. So that is done. So now we need to have a discussion as to where we go from here. So in the last episode, you guys saw me do, we finished up the oil outpost 2, and we got the oil drop off to accept 4 trains, 4 fluid wagons in each train. And one with 3 is the one going to oil outpost 1, which doesn't have that much oil anymore. Because this is 1,040%, not original oil. It was down to 690. This one's, you know, combined like 4,000%. So oil should be good now. Let's take a look at map view again. What we could do is this coal is down to 345,000. That's 20 million that needs to be tapped into. This is our closest coal. I'll turn off the port network so we can see the ores better. Now we have coal up here at 26 million, but obviously we'll go for this one. Now this one, yes, it's very short, but you know, what we did here is just belt it in. But this one, we've got a rail network right here. So, you know, just, you don't even have to smelt it, of course, because it's coal. You can just leave it as is. It's going to be an extremely short trip, but just throw on another train for dragging that back, and they'll spend more time waiting in the parking lot, but, yeah. Well, those guys aren't really waiting because of traffic jams, they're waiting because of the unloading station right here. You know, they're patiently waiting, but they spend more time waiting than they do filling up, pretty much. But this coal will just come through the parking lot and pretty much fly right by, I guess, if not needed. Or it might just be sitting in the parking lot forever because we don't use coal that much. But so I might just make this like a 1x2 train or 1x1. I think 1x4 might be overkill for coal. Whatever. So our options are to do that. We have tapped into this Iron Outpost 2 for another 24 million. This one's down to 6.7, so it's probably slowing down pretty bad. Well, it's still plugging away. 6.7 million is nothing to sneeze at. But we tapped into this now fully. We have all 8 lines going. We have 8 lines going there. But we have 24 million there, so I don't really need to tap into the 13 million there or the 29 million there yet. And so that's what's going on with the ores. Obviously don't need to touch copper yet. We have 7.5 million over here. Copper 1. Copper 2's got 16 million. So we're in no hurry for either iron or copper right now. And the belts on the bus are staying completely full for full blue belts worth. So we don't need to go grabbing this one either. Which I believe that is our closest copper to be tapped. Before we have to go exploring some more and find some more stuff. So coal would be the highest priority out of all of those. Down to 344k now. It was 345. Just while we've been talking, we dropped 1,000. And then another thing, we've been producing beacons. We've only used 1, and I think that should be highest priority right now. Grab these beacons and plop down another radar because they're not under radar coverage right now. So grab these beacons, surround the entire thing, and fill it up with modules. It might require some movement of the input lines, but that's okay. It's easy enough to do. So that is going to be what we're starting on now. And give us a decent overview of how the base is looking right now. So let's go down and do that. Oh, also, I removed the walls here. They were just annoying me. I had to make a couple trips. I had to grumble. Go over here. Come in through the gate. So they're just annoying me, and I don't really need them. Biters aren't attacking there. And those bots made an attempt to come at me, then decided, nope, no thank you. I must have just barely gone out of their network or something. Oh, you don't have power. That's most unfortunate. And that'll solve itself once that gets electricity charged up in the Robo port. Thank you, bots. Taking care of my automated requests. Yeah, red's looking okay. It's not pathetic like it used to be. It now has all the plastic that it needs due to us having plenty of oil now. Okay, when I say all the plastic it needs, I guess I was overstating things. It is running out of plastic. I might need to put in more plastic makers. So, I stand corrected. But at least it's better. At least we're getting some plastic in now. Not something I need to be concerned with at the current moment. I would put in a logistic request for beacons, but I don't know if I even set it up that way. Probably did. Trying to be proactive now when I create assemblers. Make sure it has a logistic chest of some sort, and it does. But I don't need beacons all the time. This is kind of a one-off kind of thing when I use them. So we have 30 beacons. I don't think it'll take that many to surround the silo, but I remember we had a thing where productivity modules were not allowed in beacons. So it's going to have to be speed modules. Yeah, we have 2 speed modules over there. Which means, why do we have that there? That is unnecessary. I can just replace it with a productivity, the only thing I can get in there. So, let's get out our beacon. We want to go the max distance away that we can get as many in here as possible. So this one was, just barely hitting that white frame corner there. One up and it's off, one left and it's off. So that was as far away as it could get. Let's do the same thing over here. Nope. And nope. So that's a spot you can put that. Nope. And nope. So that's where that corner is going. From there we can adjust as necessary. This belt's going to have to go for a bit. We can reroute belts. Easy enough. Also reroute wherever we want to put the inputs. It doesn't matter. So I guess for now, the goal is making a pretty placement of beacons that maximizes the number of beacons. So there and there. Okay. There. Except I'm in the way. Okay. That's the max distance for beacons. Now, how many can I get in here? 4, but there's still a little bit of room for that'll work. White signs out here. What? You can't go there? Oh, I'm out of belts. Oops. Right, I dumped my red belt in order to get room for the solar panels and accumulators. So I was putting an imposter blue belt in there. That'll work for now. I could put in a request to have red give me, I don't know, keep it to 400 just for my general usage. I'm not in a bot network right now though, are I? Am I would be more grammatically correct. So let's get rid of the underground belts. Pipes. Don't need those for a while. Put the roboports back where they had been. We need probably 2 to get up to there. Okay. You can reach there? Yeah, you can reach. And, yeah. Good. So let's put another one up here, I guess. Any bot purposes we need up here. Need power. There you go. Have at it. Okay, let's get as many of beacons we can fit in here. Alright, I guess we got a little bit of room there. You guys are going to have to go. Temporarily. Okay, back to beacons. I don't know what the bots are doing, but we can leave one space because we used one over here, so. Okay, that's max beacons there. Get 4. We can get another 4 however we want it. Around the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care about the light. I'm gonna get rid of those just so we can maneuver stuff. This one just needs to shift. So I can get over to the inserter. Okay, and you shouldn't be a standard inserter, you should be a fast inserter. Even though it really doesn't matter because you only need one satellite per rocket launch, so you got all the time in the world. So, never mind. You can go back to regular inserter. And then, okay, power poles for you guys. Or a power pole that's connected to something, that'd be better. You need power as well. Cool. Let's just jump under for the RCUs. Don't see a better way to do that. And no, okay. Fuel's gonna have to move a little bit. Okay. Rocket fuel. There you go. You're taken care of. RCUs can get back in. Okay. Everybody's good. You guys come out with 1,000 at a time, so I'm going to replace these with stack inserters. I'm going to get 2 stacks out at a time. That'll work. Okay. So everything that was going in before has a way to get in now. I like it. I have the beacons all over the place. There's 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah. 20 different beacons, all awaiting speed modules. You can all get 2 speed modules apiece. Speed module 3s. Not just 1s, 3s. See how much we can boost up the speed of the rocket. If it had enough input materials. That is the key restriction you have to add on to those, key clause you have to add on to those sentences, if it has the inputs to do so. Remember, before we had 2 productivity module 3s and essentially 3 speed module 3s. So we had 1 in the rocket silo, and then we had 2 over here. So there we go. Might be a little bit short. I am 3 speed module 3s short, but for now we are now up to 9.65 for crafting speed, plus 865%. Just by putting all those beacons in there, around there, and with all the speed modules. That is much faster. And productivity plus 40%. It was plus 30 before. We get 10 per module. So that is amazing. But look at the electricity consumption there. Max consumption 68.6 megawatts. Plus 16, 15, so 17 times its normal consumption. Quite impressive. Plus you got to add on the 8.33 kilowatts, which is a pittance compared to the megawatts, but it's always going to consume that, even if you're just for having it placed down and connected to electricity. But that is cool how we put 20 different beacons surrounding this one silo. And if we had the inputs, we could make another silo. There's no restriction on that. You have as many silos as you want, as long as you can supply all the ingredients to it. Which in this case we can't. RCUs need to be boosted up. And I think that we've looked into this one several times. It's a consequence of low circuit production. You need power. There we go. Charge up and be useful. That way this RoboPort won't be on its own. There we go. It's useful now. So that is awesome. And just to confirm, RCUs need speed module 1s and blue circuits. Blue circuits are fine. Speed module 1s, there you are. You are going to be a direct product of red and green circuits. Green is fine, backed up. Red is not. And we've looked into red and green many times before. So, green is actually a double blue belt full, so good there. And we saw this as we walked by before. Copper's keeping up just fine. It's plastic that we run out of. And these guys down here are not producing anything. They don't have the ability to do so. So, if we want to get more red circuits, we're going to have to boost up plastic. Speed up the line will do nothing if it's being consumed all the way. But do we use plastic too much after this? There's got to be something drawing from it. Oh, yeah, for... It's not being used by power poles. So, oh, okay. For our explosives, which we are not using. Okay. So essentially no pull from there. Did I miss a pull there? No, that's just going under that stuff. Going under. What are you guys getting used by? Well, here you are. You are getting used by low density structures. Okay. Understandable. Other than that, these aren't moving. If there is a pole, it's not being taken at all. Okay. So it's feeding low density structures and red circuits. I would rather just give it full priority to the red circuits. Low density structures are well backed up for quite a while. We changed the priority level of that splitter for that pole. Just put output priority right and call it good. And then when we make improvements, we can speed up the low density structures again. So you output priority right, and on top of that, I'll make you a blue splitter. Guaranteed pull it even faster. Not that it'll help much because it's going to a red line, but I could bump that up too. Switch you over to a blue line. I need a blue underground. Oops, not what I wanted. I wanted blue. We will have to change the inserters to fast inserters. That can be done. Oops. Oops, wrong color. Wrong color. Well, I could just get out my upgrade tool and not have to do this, but it's done. I will bump. Let's go to up. So it's not, obviously can't do anything for the long-handled ones. Those don't have an upgrade available. And it's showing me there in the tooltip. It's going to upgrade all that count of inserters into fast inserters. So 22 of them so far. 43 of those being upgraded. I'm getting blocked by the cliff, so I can't do more. Another 30 of them being upgraded to fast inserters. That way they can pull off of a blue belt. Otherwise they struggle. Regular inserter on a blue belt. Did it get them all? No. I must not have enough fast inserters. I don't. I got 100 some. Must be bots available. Where are you guys going? Thank you for dropping them off. So that should help. Definitely should help. Plastic still doesn't make it down though. Speaking of that, neither does copper. Yeah, I guess it does, kind of, sort of. But these guys aren't being used because plastic doesn't make it all the way down. So. But I might as well upgrade this to blue as well. We will use the upgrade planner for this one. I've not investigated whether long handles can handle pulling off a blue. I'll try it. These bots recharge a bit. The ones that are out of charge have to go slowly until they can reach you. There we go. So we have run out of blue, haven't we? Yeah. There they come. Kaboom. Right, well, let's designate the rest of this as well. Yeah, I missed a bit down there with the belt balancer. We will go address that in a second. I went by it. Okay. Those will get taken care of when the bots have time. And I want to... I guess going to a belt shouldn't be a delay. It just needs to find a hole. Just my theory there. I've not tested whether or not these inserters putting stuff down onto a blue belt need to be fast inserters. I would think not. Be easier to track when you're just looking for a single hole. At least to a human it would. Not to a machine though. Machines are different. So they are getting all the plastic now. All the plastic, all the stuff. Plastic seems to get sucked up right around the train track area. Maybe a couple more. But we made improvements around here, so we're liking it. Eventually we'll get all of the red circuit makers going. And it wouldn't help if I had like another line or something up here, because, you know, these lines run out or something. No, it'd be just as bad because we're using up all the plastic right now. So, plastic makers. More. More. And that is pretty sad for coal coming in. You are missing coal. Alright. So, that shows us exactly what we need to do for the next episode. Next episode is going to be getting our coal input upgraded through the use of another outpost over here, like we talked about in the beginning. 20 million to tap into. Only 333,000 there. And that is much smaller than the blue, which would be our miners. We must have a lot of dead ones over there. So, stick with me next time. We'll take care of bumping up the coal. See you then. Bye.